Booking train tickets in the UK is confusing, complicated, and often feels very expensive. Frankly, it needs an overhaul. But since that is going to take some time, let's break down the most important things you need to know about booking train tickets and how to get the best deal. We'll give you some extra top tips along the way which could save you cash, so make sure you listen out for them all. Number 1. What is the cheapest way to buy train tickets? This is probably the one everyone really wants to know the answer to. Where should you book to get the cheapest deal? The answer is actually pretty straightforward and surprising. It makes no difference whatsoever, with a few caveats. You can book tickets via train operator websites, by phone, or from a ticket booking office at a railway station, assuming the station you visit still has one. The most important thing to remember is that whichever option you choose, the retail price of the same ticket will be exactly the same everywhere. There's a thing called the National Rail Fares Database, and every train fare from every operator on Britain's network is listed on this database. That means that if you want to buy an advance ticket from, say, London to Glasgow, it makes no difference where you book it. The retail price will be the same everywhere, as long as you're comparing exactly the same ticket from different retailers. That doesn't mean that there aren't ways to save money though, which brings us on to question number 2. What is the best website to book train tickets? Most people choose to book their train tickets online because it's more convenient and, if you apply the theory of almost everything else we buy, allows you to shop around. Except, of course, as question number 1 told us, there's not much of that to be had with train tickets. However, which website is best to book via very much depends on you. You can avoid having to pay a booking fee by using individual train operator websites, and they allow you to book tickets on each other's trains too, so if you're wanting to take a journey that involves using more than one train operator's services, you can still book it all through one company. However, at different times during the year, different operators offer discounted tickets, some of which might only be available by booking directly, so it's always worth checking the website of the operator you want to travel with first, just to see if they have any special offers. Another advantage of booking direct is that for some operators on intercity journeys, you can select a seat of your choice from their seat map, just like you can with many airlines and train travel throughout Europe. Third-party ticket retailers such as Trainline and TrainSplit, more on them later, also sell tickets, and their website and apps are often designed to be easier to use and to make it simpler to find the cheapest tickets. Some of them do charge a small booking fee, but Trainline, for example, doesn't charge a fee for tickets booked on the day of travel, and they also have an integrated split ticketing system that might be able to save you some money. Again, we'll come back to that one. They also offer additional perks, like the option to add travel insurance so you can cancel your ticket for things like illness or being stuck in traffic getting to the station. Tickety-Boo is a fairly new ticket retailer that doesn't charge any fees at all, no booking fee and no admin fees if you want to amend or get a refund on your ticket. These retailers also often have sales, so it can be worth signing up for their newsletters to find out about upcoming offers. Number 3. What is split ticketing? We mentioned this in the last question because this is a pretty easy way to save money on tickets. And yes, it's one of the craziest things about buying tickets in this country, and one of the many reasons that it's so confusing. Sometimes it's actually cheaper to buy a ticket from A to B and then B to C, rather than simply buying a ticket from A to C. So why does this happen? Train companies work out prices for different sections of their route, but many of these overlap, and if the companies haven't noticed an anomaly between them on a section, one company's route might be cheaper than another's. If part of your journey can be made with an off-peak fare, even if the other part has to be made with a more expensive peak fare, it can be cheaper to split the journey into separate tickets. Or where there are cheap advance fares available for part of a journey, but not for the whole journey, it can be cheaper to combine more than one ticket. Yes, this is horribly confusing. Thankfully, there are companies out there to work this out, so you don't have to. Trainline have a built-in split ticket checker, and so they'll advise you when searching for a ticket that you could save money with a split ticket and automatically offer it to you. Trainsplit.com also does this, but they don't charge you a booking fee for using the service. Instead, if they manage to save you money by splitting your tickets, they'll take a small fee from the saving. Some train operators such as ScotRail even do this for you now too, and there are plenty of others if you do a quick online search. When using split tickets, you don't have to get off the train at each split. You just show the ticket for the correct part of your journey if you're asked to show a valid ticket. It is important though that the train does stop at the station your tickets change over at, otherwise the split ticket will not be valid. Which leads us on to the next confusing thing about tickets. Number 4. How do I know which type of ticket to buy? Usually this comes down to 3 things. How far in advance are you booking? What time of day do you need to travel? And how much flexibility do you want with your ticket? Advance fares are only valid on the specific train you've booked, and there are limited or no changes allowed and usually no refunds. In general, advance fares are the cheapest and go on sale 8 to 10 weeks ahead. So if you check ticket prices 10 weeks out and there are no advance tickets listed, this doesn't necessarily mean they've sold out. They might just not be available yet. There is limited availability on this type of ticket though, and just like budget airlines, the price rises the closer you book to the date of travel. The latest you can book an advance fare is by 1800 the day before you travel, though they're often still available up until just before midnight. They usually come with a seat reservation and you can't break the journey, so no getting on at a later station than planned or getting off a station early. Off-peak fares are valid on any train, anytime, except during Monday to Friday business peaks. The actual time varies by route and destination, so it's really important you check the validity on the train operator website before booking, especially as some also offer super off-peak with further time restrictions. They're generally a more affordable option and don't have to be booked in advance, as you'll pay the same price on the day anyway. They also don't sell out, although that doesn't guarantee you'll get a seat on your chosen train, but you can often book a seat reservation with these tickets if you want to. The other benefit of off-peak tickets is that while you have to travel outward on the day specified on your ticket, you can return any day within 1 month. You can also travel via any permitted route with any train operator, unless there are restrictions shown on your ticket. Another big benefit is you can usually get a refund on these tickets less an admin fee. Worth noting at this point that Scotland has just scrapped peak fares, so there are now no time restrictions on the use of tickets there, and the price you pay is cheaper on many journeys than it used to be. Anytime fares are the most expensive, for a reason. They are valid anytime, any day, on any train, with any operator. They are fully flexible, have unlimited availability, and are usually refundable less an admin fee. If you travel one way, they are valid for 2 days, and returns are valid for 5 days for the outward portion and 1 month for the return. Both anytime and off-peak fares go on sale 12 weeks out from a particular date. Because they both have a fixed price, there's no advantage to booking them in advance, unless you want to secure a seat reservation where one's offered, of course, in which case you stand a better chance if you book earlier. Top tip: Trainline's app has a nifty price prediction tool that estimates how long it will be before advance tickets for the journey you're viewing will go up in price. You can also sign up for their ticket alert system, and you'll get an email when advance tickets for a particular journey go on sale. It doesn't mean you have to book your ticket with them. National Rail also has an advance booking dates list for different operators that you can use. Which then begs the next question. Number 5. What day of the week are train tickets cheapest? No particular day of the week is cheapest everywhere, but days with lower demand, such as Tuesdays and Wednesdays, can often be cheaper. So if you can be flexible about the day you travel, it's often worth putting some different options in the journey planner of the train operator's website to see what offers come up. Number 6. Is there a way to get discounted train tickets? Beyond split ticketing and being flexible about when you travel, can you get a discount on full price tickets? Well, yes you can. We'll come on to Railcards next, which is a great way to get discounted tickets if you travel frequently, but there are other ways. As mentioned previously, there are often short-time sales, just like for any other product or service you want to buy. So signing up for newsletters of the operators you travel with frequently or following their social media can be a great way to find out about these. Some operators, including LNER, Avanti West Coast, South Western Railway and Great Western Railway, also offer loyalty schemes. Eurostar and Heathrow Express do this too. You can earn points for every journey you make, and these add up pretty quickly to savings you can use on your next journey. Often you don't have to have booked with them as long as you register your journey afterwards to earn the points. These loyalty schemes often come with other perks too, such as discounted food or access to premier lounges. Some third-party retailers also offer loyalty schemes. You can even book train tickets through Uber now and earn 10% back in Uber credits if you're a member of their Uber One scheme. Number 7. Is a Railcard worth it? If you spend over £105 a year on train tickets, it might be worth investing in a Railcard. Most cost £35 a year, or 3 years for £80 on some Railcards, and usually save you a third off the price of your tickets. There are also often discounts available on buying a Railcard in the first place. For example, you can use Tesco Clubcard points to contribute to the cost, so always check if there's a deal available before you buy. It is worth checking before you buy a Railcard whether your regular journeys are eligible for a Railcard discount though, because not all are, so it may not save you any money. Top tips: if you know someone with a Gold Card season ticket, we'll come on to that in just a moment, they can buy Railcards for just £10 and they don't have to be for their own use. For the 16 to 25 Railcard, you can actually use it right up until you're 27 if you buy a 3-year card the day before your 24th birthday. The same applies with the 26 to 30 Railcard. Number 8. When does a season ticket make sense? If you regularly make the same journey, it might be worth thinking about a season ticket. Season tickets come in 4 flavours. Flexi season tickets are valid for 8 days of travel within a 28-day period, but there are some weird restrictions depending on how many days a week you want to travel, so check the ticket carefully. 7-day season tickets are valid for 7 consecutive days and are a cheaper option if you travel 3 or more days within 7. Monthly season tickets are valid for a full calendar month. You can also buy custom season tickets for longer than a month at the same discounted rate. Annual season tickets are better value than monthly tickets if you need 10 months or more of travel, offering you the equivalent of 12 weeks of free travel a year. The simplest way to work out if a season ticket makes sense for you is to visit the National Rail Season Ticket Calculator. You put in where you want to travel to and how often, and it will tell you how much it's going to cost you. For some journeys, there's more than one type of season ticket available, and you can still try the split ticketing hack by buying more than one season ticket for different legs of your journey to save even more. Top tips: a 16 to 17 Saver Railcard gives you 50% off adult rate season tickets, so you can make a big saving if you have one of these. If you're travelling within the network Railcard area, yes, that's a very confusing map, but check it out in the description to study it properly if this applies to you. You can earn extra perks when you buy a season ticket, such as a Gold Card, which we mentioned earlier, that gives you a whole range of discounts on tickets and cheap Railcards. If you're using a season ticket to commute to work, many employers will offer interest-free season ticket loans to spread the cost of the ticket over the year, so worth asking if this is an option. Number 9. How do I get my ticket and what happens if I lose it? Depending on the operator you book with, there might be different options for delivery of your ticket, but there are 4 main types of ticket. E-tickets, which are usually sent as a PDF attachment via email or available to download when you book. You can either show these on a mobile device, download them to a digital wallet such as Apple Wallet or Google Pay, or print them. Mobile tickets are usually available within an operator or retailer's mobile app, often as a QR code. A smart card is a reusable card that can be topped up with tickets. It is often used for storing season tickets and can be a great option because it's registered with the operator and so can be replaced more easily if it's lost. Paper tickets can be printed from a self-service ticket machine at a station using a booking reference and the payment card you used to buy them. You can collect them from a ticket office if your station has one, or you can sometimes have them posted to you if you prefer. But what happens if you lose your ticket or your phone runs out of battery? Well, sadly, you will probably have to buy a new ticket. Most train operators consider it to be your responsibility to ensure you have a valid ticket, and if you're found without the right one, or without one at all, you will need to buy a replacement and can be charged a penalty fare as well, depending on the operator. With some operators, if you later find your ticket, you can make a claim for a refund. Which brings us neatly on to number 10. When can I claim a refund or compensation? Sadly, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this one because every operator is different. But most operators will offer you compensation for delays of 30 minutes or more. Some even offer compensation after 15 minutes under the delay repay scheme. Many operators now have automatic delay repay if you've booked directly with them, so you don't even have to lift a finger to get your money back. Number 11. How can I get the best deals on first-class travel? Just because it's first class doesn't always mean it's expensive. If you're booking a ticket well in advance, often the difference in price between a standard and first class ticket isn't that different. At the other end of the scale, if you wait until the day you're travelling, some operators offer a cheap upgrade to first class on the day, which can be a great way to enjoy the premium experience, sometimes for less. Some operators have teamed up with a company called SeatFrog that lets you bid on unsold seats in first class. Works a bit like an auction website. You say how much you're prepared to pay for an upgrade, and if you win, you get the seat. No charge if you're outbid. Number 12. What if I want to make an epic journey by rail? Okay, you've decided you want to travel the entire country by train and you want the cheapest deal. You need an all-line rail rover. This gives you unlimited travel over the whole network or just some areas if you don't need everywhere. Here's an idea of the prices in 2025. A 7-day standard class all-line rail rover is £625. A 14-day standard class all-line rail rover is £949. Both tickets are half price for under 16s and you can get 34% off with a Railcard. You can also buy first-class versions for £949 and £1,387 respectively. There is a catch, however. On Mondays to Fridays, rovers aren't valid on some operators at some stations before 10 o'clock, so check the list before you buy. Top tip, you can even use your rover on the Festiniog Railway for a bit of steam train action, and on the Caledonian Sleeper, though you'll need to pay a berth supplement if you want a bed. They're not valid, however, on a handful of services such as Eurostar and Heathrow Express or the London Underground, so again, double check the restrictions before you buy. If you only want unlimited travel for a day, you can also book a Ranger ticket, which lets you travel as much as you like within a specified area. And if you want to make an epic journey in the UK but you live overseas, you can buy a BritRail pass, which works in a similar way but only makes sense if you're going to be making several long-distance trips in Britain. Going the other way, if you're planning a Europe-wide trip, you can buy an Interrail pass, which covers Eurostar and onward trains in mainland Europe, as well as the UK part of your journey on outward and return journeys to get to Europe in the first place. That means even if you live in Scotland, Cornwall or West Wales, you can use your Interrail pass to get all the way from your closest home station to your destination in Europe and back. The man in seat 61 is the hands-down expert on this topic, so check out his website if you want to plan a journey like this. Number 13. What about travelling with children? Under 5 years old, children travel for free on most journeys, but they can only have a seat if a fare-paying passenger doesn't need it. If you want to guarantee them a seat and stop them sitting on your lap the whole way, you'll need to buy them a ticket. Just book a child's ticket, which is usually cheaper anyway. Children aged 5 to 15 get a 50% discount on most tickets, and if you use a family and friends Railcard, you'll save even more. Some operators offer special family discount tickets off-peak that can be very good value, so it's worth checking the operator's website for these. Top tip, if you're travelling with young children and you want to take a pushchair or pram, most operators ask that you fold and store it in the luggage areas before boarding the train. You are allowed to use a wheelchair space to keep your pram up on some trains as long as a wheelchair user doesn't need it. Number 14. And what do I do when I get to my destination? I haven't finished my journey yet. If when you get to your destination you need to use a bus to finish your journey, it might be worth using the Plus Bus option at the checkout when booking your ticket. Plus Bus is one of the real hidden gems of travelling by train. This gives you unlimited local bus and tram travel in the urban area of a rail-served town, making it really easy to complete your journey. It must be bought with the train ticket, and you can get a discount if you're using a Railcard. If you're heading to London, using contactless or getting an Oyster card is the cheapest way to travel, unless you're going to be doing it often. Then we're back to season tickets possibly being better value. Check the Transport for London website, linked in the description, to check your options on this, because this will become a very long video if we cover London-specific travel in too much detail. Number 15. What about extras? I want to take my bicycle, dog, kitchen sink with me. Now, what about all the stuff you want to take with you? Just like on a plane, there are limits on how much luggage you can take with you. You're allowed 3 pieces, including satchels, backpacks, suitcases, etc. But some operators do have slightly different policies, so as usual, best to check if you're wanting to take anything unusual with you. And don't be trying to take a surfboard, hang glider, canoe or piano. Maybe you also want to take your bicycle for the ultimate eco-friendly journey. Again, no one-size-fits-all answer to this one, but most operators will let you take a bicycle, though you do need to reserve a space for it on some trains, so sadly another one you need to check before booking. You can also usually leave it at the station in a secure space if you don't need it at the other end. You are, however, allowed to take a folding bike on all trains at no extra cost because they effectively become a piece of luggage. Tandems are only allowed on a small number of operators' trains, so check in advance. What about your dog, or cat, snake, budgie? We've even seen a sheep on a train. You are allowed to take up to 2 animals with you on a train at no extra charge, as long as you keep them on a lead or in a suitable pet carrier, and you mustn't let them have a seat. You can apparently pay to take additional animals. The quick-fire summary. Still following? Here's the quick step-by-step for how to get the best deal for your train ticket. Number 1. Decide what type of journey you're making and what matters to you. Is it today or in the future? A one-off or more frequent? Do you want the cheapest possible ticket or a bit of premium comfort? And do you need it to be flexible? 2. Once you know what your goals are for your ticket, start your research. Look for split ticketing savings first, even if you decide to buy your ticket from somewhere else to avoid a booking fee. Check the website of the operator you want to travel with to see if they are currently offering any ticket sales, and sign up for their newsletter to get notified of upcoming offers. Get yourself a Railcard if you think it's going to pay off. Sign up for the loyalty program for the operator you're travelling with if they have one. 3. Make your final booking direct with the operator you want to travel with, unless you've been able to get a cheaper deal elsewhere because of a sale, discount code, or simply want to use someone else's app or functionality that you prefer. If you're travelling with multiple operators, simply pick one of them. 4. Remember, it doesn't matter where you ultimately buy your ticket from, because the retail price will be the same no matter where you choose, as long as you're comparing the exact same ticket and aren't using a special offer or discount code. Yes, train tickets in the UK are unbelievably confusing, and Great British Railways is going to take some time to change this. So in the meantime, hopefully this guide will save you some time and money until the system gets a proper overhaul.